Welcome to the next part of Let's Play Phoenix Wright. What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to epic finger point, not fight back? You're right. It would seem that way. If the victim tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. What is it? What is with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Cartler? It seems that my affray was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defendant clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right. Smack. Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. Crap, that's not good. That really is not good. No! Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, that is the fact. Just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to sustain even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Don't just stand there. Hurry and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the whole scenario by myself? Yeah, I'm gonna do something real quick. Pixely, that's better. Oh well. Yes, sir. Right away, sir. Witness testimony. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant went and picked up the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. The scenario put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, just by listening, it does make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. But she said that he didn't have any strength. So he was stabbed, but the wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, it was pretty bad. How bad would you say it was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Craig, specifically bought it for that day. But A handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? But why was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. So you're saying that the bullet hole in the costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. I'm really glad you weren't hurt. Wait a minute. They were close, but he missed. But then there would be gunpowder burns. There aren't any gunpowder burns on it. An epic finger point. Missing the tiny hole in this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Eh? What do you mean? This tiny hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then there would be where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? That is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? That wishy-washy thinking like that? Anyone can explain anything away. And I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Well, let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away, and it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well then, that's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she was the victim's place between the doctor and herself. And while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful, I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There was a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal flaw? Ow! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. See, a piece of evidence to contradict. Piece of evidence. I think it was the folding screen. This is the piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? The folding screen? I would like to I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who? Where? What? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet hole went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was getting ready to strike, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Order! This changes everything. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. The bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Now it goes down, and we need to get it about that area. We need to preserve. She was standing here, near the folding screen. Wait a second. You know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Wong-Karma. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole in this costume. Curse him, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Ew. I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing away from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution's claim that defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. If YFA was the real murderer, then why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there had been a reason. Figuring things out and proving logic behind everything is your job. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You're such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point? Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective? How dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by removing that 3-strand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of the detective's face. I think it's time to call on the next witness. Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta. Oh well, we will see if it is Lotta or not in the next part of Let's Play Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. I will see you later.